Bobby Moravia with Max Sutton to my left, and
this is it. That's what Huey Lewis
Max,
says.
probably the final week of the season.
Weather permitting.
Weather permitting.
If the weather's good and it looks like it's supposed to be gorgeous.
Sunday's supposed to be gorgeous. We'll see with
this. No matter what happens,
the rain could help the field a little bit now.
Tonight. Yeah, it probably will. By the way, that's a concept. That's a storyline we'll talk about a little bit.
When it rains on Thursday, it helps out.
Yeah, we like it, and we need it too. I mean, there's severe thunderstorms, so there might have to be some good workage.
But Max, we'll get to the highlights right away. But you're sitting one win away from being named the 42nd champion of the illustrious Deal YMSL softball league.
Nemi Katz asked to hold the trophy first if we win, because 42 was Jackie Robinson's number. He did ask me, and I said I'm going to consult with my team if we do win. And even for the other team, I think he asked Lee as well. So that's a side caveat.
That's nice. We'll have to put that somewhere.
Yeah, we'll see
probably
that.
But 40 still getting to hold it. Did he ever win? I don't think
he ever won yet. He's a great hitter, but not yet.
Yeah.
This is the 42nd, huh? 42nd year.
And the funny thing about it, we mentioned, is that year one in 1976, none other than your catcher Evans' name is on there.
He actually he made us sit through a rundown of the World Series in 1976. He was a 13 or 14-year-old boy playing right field, and he says he remembers it more than his own bar mitzvah. That's what he said. So how these memories last in everybody's lifetime and stories for them to talk about, it's unbelievable.
That a guy that could be playing 41 years apart is amazing.
It really is. And I mean, there's a different concept for him now. Now he's catching his son, who's an all-star pitcher, a Cy Young Award nominee. As we saw, the ballots went out this week. Everybody put in your votes and do them the right way. Wink, wink. And really, let's jump into the game.
All right, so you came into Sunday's action with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah.
Classic game one.
Game one was something to be talked about.
Yeah.
In truth, let's be honest. Game one is still probably the most enjoyable game for the fans to watch.
Oh, it was incredible. One of the best games you've ever seen.
Sit down.
So we were anticipating last week that we're going to have games 2 and 3 would be classic.
Right, 2-1 battles, 4-3, 3-2. It was none of the sort.
Yeah.
I'd be honest with you, just to jump ahead, I would never think that I'd be on the mound in a World Series game. And
somebody asked me that. Do you think maybe he was ever pulled? Probably not in his career.
I would imagine. I mean, it was a move. A couple of the coaches that helped me out threw at me. Let's jump in right away. Our team went down. The field
4-0. That was
4-0 right away. The field, in defense to both pitchers, was not in the best of conditions. It was very dry and very divotty.
It was hard infield.
It was a hard infield. And there's a fast, hard infield with true hops. It's one thing. But when you have an infield with it's going up and down with rocky spots, it helps errors. And the motto is hard and low always. But when it's hard and low, you get a funky hop.
Right.
Joey Cohen got a few tough hops. Mo Mallett got a few. Jamie got a few. Lee Zakaria. First game, we went down 4-0 early. Again, credit to the other team. There was some hits. There was some errors on our side, whether it's the field or not. And in softball, all these on base. Maybe walked a few more than he should have. I think he did walk the leadoff guy once or twice, and those runs did come home to score. Right. We always say walks always come back to bite you in the butt. So that did hurt us. Fast forwarding, they went up 7-0. I forgot how, to be honest with you. I think Jamie got a high blue pit that landed between me and Victor Dweck. Another run or two came in. 7-0 score, 5th inning came upon us. Our team, we had a couple balls hard, but we were pretty listless there. 7-0. We know we won game one, but that's not an excuse in the World Series. A couple of guys told me, maybe time to pull Navy. You got a game 2 to play today, which is game 3 in the series. I'm like, really? Do you pull him? I don't know. I'm not quitting. Our team could hit. We have an offensive team. And it was the right move. We went to the mound, 5th inning. I said, Nathan, sit down, go to 7-Eleven, wash your face, take a break, have a Gatorade from RBI, do whatever it is. He's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. His father-in-law is in the stands with his wife there. He didn't want to sit. He says, I'm pitching. I said, man, one guy gets on base, sit down. He walked Sonny Shalom, I believe, on 4 pitches. He just dropped the ball. I think I put it in his head already. I'm not saying I'm like Ramiro Mendoza in the bullpen from the Yankee '98, but they didn't score. I think maybe the fastball, they're just throwing it
Yeah,
over
with
the plate.
the contrast in the speed.
And
probably
I think they were a little bit
a lot of
cozy.
fly balls.
And they were up 7-0 at the time too, so maybe they were just edgy and swinging out of their pants. We went through 2 innings without them scoring, and we actually made it a game. 7-4 we made it to. We made it 7-2. I forgot how. I think I got a hit down the left field line on a ground ball. Made it 7-2. We ended up moving runners over. Second and third, 2 out. Victor Dweck came through with a line drive base hit. Victor swinging the bat nice the whole playoffs, and made it 7-4.
Yeah. Well, wasn't there a big play where I think it was no outs and Mallard tried to go from second?
Yes, that was early when we were down 7-0.
Oh, it was 7-0?
It was 7-0 at the time.
But there was no outs.
He was on second with nobody out. I was up. I hit like a one-hopper to Ruby Saka.
Oh, yeah.
He threw me out, and
And-
Sammy Towell just gunned it to third and tagged out low.
Yeah.
So you want to say maybe that run, looking at it in hindsight?
It was
I
just
mean,
a strange play with
yeah, it
nobody
was a
on.
strange play. Nobody on. Maybe, Albert Zolta swinging a nice bat with Elliot Saka.
Yeah.
Maybe he's supposed to stay on second. The team didn't go crazy. We weren't happy, but we were down 7-0, and we felt a little bit like, ugh. We made it 7-4 in the 6th inning. We kept screaming, 4 + 3 is 7. And let's go 4 winning and 3 in the next. Sure enough, the one guy who really did get a good hit against me was Sammy Towell. Ripped an opposite field double that turned into a triple. It was one of those plays, maybe me at pitcher, I should have backed it up, and I didn't. Nobody else did either, and he ended up going to third. Sonny Shalom a sac fly, made it 8-4. That made them feel cozy, and we went down to the 7th.
Sammy
But-
Towell swinging a very hot fastball.
Oh, he sure is. He's in the ball great. He's
Against everybody.
He's swinging. He's on the screws. Even his outs, he's
Right.
hitting the ball very hard. It was great to have him on the show last week, and he really
By
continues
the way,
swinging it
scary
very well.
play with Sammy Towell. Also, he.
Oh, there was a collision on
Yeah.
Ike Batesh at a pop-up, and Ike's somehow veering into his pop-ups that he hits.
Yeah.
I don't know why, and it's a habit he's having. And him and Jay-Z, who was one of the smaller guys on the field, and Sammy
And Sammy
Towell,
running into.
right, both running in, and it looked like Jay-Z was going into Sammy's knees
Yeah.
low, and it was a little scary because the fence was there as well. Between Jay-Z, Sammy Towell, Ike Batesh, the ball on the fence, you know nothing good could come out of it. Credit to them, Sammy caught the ball,
Sammy caught
Yeah.
the ball.
and he held on. But he also, the
Yeah.
fence caught him too.
I thought it was a J. He had his neck. I was happy it
I
wasn't
don't-
his head, but
yes.
he told me it was his neck.
I don't know if anything in particular hit him. It was just
Yeah.
like a whiplash
Right,
play.
right,
And he
right.
nipped into the fence, hit Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Thank God he stayed down, which is a smart thing to do. Make sure you gather your thoughts,
Yeah.
gather yourself. He got up and he was fine.
But his next step, he did look a little woozy. So
Did he? I mean, he hit a ground ball to third.
Sunday night, he was fine.
He was
so
fine, thank God. So
yeah, that could have
no
been-
mild concussion
yeah.
or anything. And Sammy's not a young guy, so you got to
Right.
be careful. And he's giving it his all in the World Series, and God bless him. Made a great play, and thank God he's okay. Nobody injured.
Right. So that was a fun. So now the series is
8-4
tied
was the final
1-1.
score. Series
And-
tied 1-1. The advantage we had going into game 3, game 2 of the day was
Rested AB.
that's right. And you know what? That might have been a storyline here. Because A.B. Cohen finished game 1, which he had to. I mean, it was 7-4, 8-4. You're not pulling your star pitcher.
Who is their backup pitcher anyway?
Sonny Shalom. We'll get to it,
Oh,
how we
really?
know why. Okay. So this game was not a World Series type game. Maybe the highest scoring World Series game of all time, I would venture to say. We got off fast. Shalhoub made out to start the game. Joe Greenberg ripped a shot into left center field. DK, who really is always on his horse, did a lot of hard work to get to that ball. Not sure if he would tell you he should have caught it or not should have caught it. I couldn't tell. I was in the hole getting ready to hit. I wasn't really paying attention much. But Joe Greenberg's fast as
Yeah.
light. He motored around the bases once that ball hit the floor. Home run to start our game. We needed that. It was that boost. Our team got riled up. Felt good. And we knew it wasn't enough, dude. We're playing
That
against
was a 2-run number, right?
it was a solo shot,
so it's
solo
1-0.
shot. And then we went on. I don't even know if we scored another run that inning. I think we did. I think I may have moved the runner over with an out and made a runner on second, 2 outs. I had a fly ball to center, but either Mo Mala or Joe Greenberg, if we pinch ran him, I don't know, got the second on a sack, not a sack fly, just moved him over. Albert Zolta with a clutch 2-out hit to right center field to go up 2-0. That hit was huge. A 2-out hit like that, 1-0, 2-0, big difference. We went up 2-0. Fast forward, we went up 10-0. It's just we had one inning where Joe Greenberg and Mo Mala, who hit swinging a great bat, Both got hits. I was trying to move them over, and I hit a shot to right field it was a pretty good shot. I ended up getting a triple out of it, and that made it 4. And then then a couple of rough hops on the infield didn't help A.B. Cohen's cause, and the Brooklyn Cyclones infield. It wasn't their fault sometimes. Sometimes just hard shots that bounced the right way, and we just poured it on. 8-0, turned to 10-0, turned to 12-0, 12-2, 15-2, and then they pulled A.B. Cohen. 15-2 in the 5th, and Sonny Shalom came in.
Oh.
So Sonny just...
I don't think I ever saw a pitch.
He's throwing it over the plate. He was throwing it over the plate, doing what he had to do, being a trooper. And the game didn't have that vibe. It didn't have that World Series feel. But the game was... I don't even think we finished.
No, it ended up being mercy, which is very rare. I don't think it's ever happened in a World Series. Playoff, even a playoff game. You don't see that.
I don't even know playoffs. I do remember there was one World Series with... Stevie Azer against Allie Marshall pitching, and there was one very high-scoring game.
Oh, yeah?
Like a 13-0 game or something.
Oh, yeah, they beat Azer that bad?
I think so. Wow. And Azer sat, came back the next game and pitched great. One of those.
Well, that's always a good move, but the game's out of reach. So,
right. Well, in this case,
luckily it wasn't an extremely hot day like the week before.
It wasn't crazy. It was a nice and I think they would have pulled A.B. Cohen earlier, but there was nothing to pull him for.
There's no game.
There was no game, and the game is next Sunday.
Right.
So I think that was their head. Maybe they should have. Maybe they shouldn't have. I don't know. Right. There was one alarming play in the day where maybe this was 2 weeks ago. I'm losing track of thought already. Where Elliott Zach hit a hard shot up the middle and it hit A.B. Cohen.
I think that was the week before.
That was the week before. Yeah. So thank God he was okay too. So health-wise, everybody's looking okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking good, which is always key at this point of the season. And like we always say, you need your full squad. Like, for example, when Sonny went on the mound, Ruby Saka played right field. Big shout-outs. Joe Greenberg hit another home run. Granted, it was against the backup pitcher in that spot, but his first one was early in the game. And when the score's 20-2, I mean, everybody had pretty good numbers.
Yeah.
So I don't know who to call out, who not to call out. And the other team, I mean, we played well. Game 2 of the day, we came back to play. It's 2 games to 1.
As they always say, it only counts as one loss.
That's right. Whether you win,
3 or 20-2.
Exactly. Whether it was 3-2 or 33-2.
Now the good news for them is it was the last game of the day, so hadn't they lost the first game 22, might have been a little hard to rebound. But
true.
So now they go home. They have the whole week to think about it. Avery's rested. And
no, they're all saying the right things, and we're all saying the right things. It's one game at a time. And nobody's looking ahead, and we want to take care of business. And if we take care of game 1 of the day, there is no game.
Because it really is. If you think about it, it's that one game. Because if they tie it up at 2,
that's it.
The fact that they even have to sweep is out of the question
now. It's like a reset.
The pressure is on both teams right now.
Right. You go into game 5, and again, there's no. I mean, you know what? They're the 1 seed.
Yeah.
They're the 1 seed. We're the 2 seed. You want to call us the underdog? I don't know if there's an underdog.
Nah, it's so evenly matched.
It's an evenly matched series. 2 great teams, and 2 teams that we made sure to save it for. And I said it with Sammy last week. Even though the game's 20-2, just every game or was 7-0, and they had a walk-in win almost till we crawled back at the end. But respect for both teams. Right. And maybe, of course, there's a little tension, and guys say something sometimes that they don't mean, whatever. But in general, it's a World Series, but it's been a very gentleman-like World Series. It's been a lot of fun. And really, there's not much more to say. We've been talking about semifinals games going into World Series, and that's why the shows go long. This is it. This is the last.
I mean, there's nothing else to say now. Max needs 1 win. The NWO and 1 to win the
championship. These 2. That's really what it boils down to. They need a sweep. I need a 1 win.
1 win.
I don't want to say a split because that means I'm going to game 5. I'm not making any predictions.
Nah, I think we're going to skip the predictions. It's pretty obvious what we need to do now.
Right. It's just that 1 game. Exactly.
But
the next show would be by a barbecue.
Yeah.
Whoever's going to have it will be by a barbecue with someone wearing a hula with a hot dog in their mouth.
I will say we had a huge crowd on Sunday. It was for the second week in a row. It was a great crowd.
Right. I think they wanted a little bit more.
Yeah. It was, they cleared out a little early.
Right. I think it still may be more exciting than the McGregor fight that's going to be against Floyd Mayweather. But I think this week should be even better.
We're expecting a huge crowd. By the way, there are still plenty of seats available in the front row at a discounted price because it's on the same row as Eric Greenberg. So not too many people want to get there.
I mean, Eddie Bader was sitting next to Eric.
Yeah.
And but He just looked at me twice and said, "Max, you know this guy?" That's what he said. And I just said, "I'm playing the game. I don't know what's going on." But Eric's a major cheerleader for our squad.
The scary thought he wants to play in the YMSL. I don't know if he can,
next year if there's
handle
room.
that heckling, you know. So it's.
I mean, hey, YMSL. There's been a lot of heckling over the years.
Yeah.
I could say a lot of names, but I'd rather just omit some names.
Yeah, he's 24/7.
I could say some insane people, you know, stuff like that. You know, just whatever. If you know what I'm saying.
One of the best hecklers was David Louis Franklin.
Oh, he was great. He was funny.
Great heckler.
That's right.
So
looking forward, can't wait. Like you said, the weather's supposed to be great. That should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to see a big stands.
Yeah, no, it'll be a very good thing. And if it comes down to a game 5, I think it'll be just incredible.
Again, you said it before the season. Naby and AB Cohen on the mound. It's got a familiar taste of Brooklyn there. So whether you're a YMSL diehard or someone who only played in the YMSL, like myself, I never played in Brooklyn, we welcome them here, and it got fun.
Yeah.
It got fun. A lot of rookies in this World Series. You know, and
a lot of rookies in the World Series. But you know, it's funny. At the beginning of the year, we talked about it. We thought a lot of these guys it was a weak draft in the bottom. But then these guys ended up producing.
A lot of them.
A lot of them ended up producing.
Hey,
and,
Eli Harari, my 11th round pick. And he's my starting second baseman, and he played. He had a great year. And you're right. A lot of guys came through. It's always the unknowns that shine through. There's a couple of picks that maybe weren't so late, like the Mo Mallow. Took him 50.
Yeah, no, he's not. I'm talking about the guys that went in the 9th and the 10th.
Right.
Who ended up really
like a Ruby Saka.
Ruby Saka's, I think, solidified his
position. Oh man, he showed he could play any defensive position well. And he's only going to get better offensively, guys like this. Getting used to the pitching, and like you said, this was a rich pitching, or pitching rich. I don't know how to put it. A year where the pitching had a lot, which made it harder for the back end of the lineups.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and it did show. There were teams such as Maurice's team who actually got far at the end, but they struggled over the course of the season. A lot of the back end of the lineups, the teams that didn't go far, the teams that didn't make the playoffs, that was shown. People are going to get used to it.
Yeah.
And I think they'll only get better. And it was a lot of fun this season. Being our last show like this, I'd like to thank you, Bobby, for having me on. And
well, we're gonna have a wrap-up show, I guess.
Maybe a wrap-up show, like you said.
We'll announce also.
Okay, if it's at a barbecue where I win, maybe you'll see me. If it's at a barbecue that I'm not there, maybe you got to call him to film. I don't know if I'm going to be there. We'll see. It depends on the summer. It depends on.
Maybe we'll take your place.
It could. All right. If they give me a steak, maybe. I don't know. But again, no predictions here out of me ever. Not with my team. And Bobby's electing not to predict.
Yeah.
And that's really it.
I wouldn't mind seeing you game 5.
Okay.
That would be
You'd like that as commissioner.
No, I think it's great. I think it would be a huge crowd and a beautiful Sunday.
Assuming we're having the same umpiring crew as well, right?
Yes.
So that's Terry and Bill, who has
done. I'll tell you so far,
they're great. They're great. No complaints. Maybe both pitchers. 1 point complaint for the strike zones getting a little tight. Both guys. I saw AB gave a couple looks, Nathan as well. But otherwise, no complaints. And that goes, whatever.
Yeah, that always balances out.
Yeah, it usually balances out. But no complaints at all. They've both been great. These guys have been great all season. The umpiring over the course of the season has been great. There's always mistakes, and you're human.
Yeah, you're gonna make mistakes.
Yeah, we don't go to instant replay, and we know there's mistakes at any level, but they've been great. So that I'm happy to say that we're having them back to finish the series, and I think that's really it. I think we wrapped it up.
So once again, for everybody out there, all the YMSL players who did not send in your ballots, send them in. We are planning an awards dinner, maybe the same night as the
championship barbecue. Okay, that'd be nice.
Or
so that's one
after that, and
we're early in the summer. It's July 13th. We're on early pace more than usual. And we'll see when that dinner will be, when it'll be commenced. People are going away. I know a lot of trips are being, thank God the weather looks good.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that are going to be away the following week. China, India, bachelor parties from both sides. So God willing, the fields will be in tip-top shape. Looking forward. Can't wait to be out there. We're all chomping at the bit. I'm sure both sides are, the Cyclones and NWO.
Yeah, Cyclones are still confident. I spoke to several members of the
Of course, they should be. They're a good team.
Feel like they have a very good shot.
Yeah, you're in the World Series. Teams that were down 0-2 in this league have come back and win.
Navy told me there is no game 5, so
we hope. I hope he's right. I say inshallah to that. But again, nobody could be too cocky. If they say we think we're too cocky, no, nobody. If anybody is, you're foolish. We played these guys during the season and now 3 games. We've seen each other 5 times. We know each other. We know we're both good teams, and we know we're both good defensive teams and have offensive power. It's who's going to be better on Sunday.
How about if we get an ending like we had last year, where it was play for play with a errant throw?
Just hopefully I'm on the better side of it this time, because I was on the wrong end of that one.
That would be something else if we could.
Abraham Haber is not in the. There's no Haber in the World Series this year, right?
No.
So Abraham Haber can make
that
throw.
How many guys are from last year?
Stevie Shalou and Elliot Saka.
Oh, that's the only two members.
Those are the 2. Is there anybody? It's a good question.
Stephen Mitesh was on the losing side.
Stephen Mitesh on the losing side.
Yeah.
I was not on an official team, but I was playing there from the semifinals of the World Series.
Was there anybody from Sunny's? No, that team was pretty much
all the same. No, not really. But that's a good question. Anybody on Sunny, Lee, and Jay-Z, Avy Cohen? Ruby's a rookie, JT. So no, I don't think anybody. So it's really guys that were in the World Series on my squad. Some on the winning side, some on the losing side. Thank God, I'd say Elliot Sack is feeling even stronger. He's getting healthier and healthier with his leg. He will not be playing the field. No, I do not think so. We're staying with the field.
Actually, Victor's been playing very good.
Very good on left. Albert Zolta took over right field since Elliot got hurt. And before that, Victor and Albert were alternating in left field. So I think we're going to stay with what got us here over the last 6 weeks. And Elliot's, instructions from his doctor, from his parents. And I think he's going to be our DH as we have it. And looking forward. Can't wait.
We had an appearance from Director of Player Personnel. Theo Sutton was there.
Oh, I said my brother was there. He was loud. I think at one point Jay-Z was saying, "Who is this guy? Why is he here?" I said, he's my brother. He might have red hair, and I don't, but he is my brother, and he's a big part of our chat, and it was a lot of fun. Hopefully he's going to be there again. And that's it. He's our Marty Jamal, we'd like to call.
Yeah, or Sandy Chow. They have one of their organization
exactly.
also.
They have one as well, which always makes it fun. Everybody likes a lot of guys. It makes the camaraderie and team spirit. It's always a lot of fun.
But we are looking forward to it. It's kind of hard to believe that it's actually the last Sunday of the season.
Really incredible.
It's everything goes well.
It's the only thing I told my team. I wasn't happy we didn't win 2 last week, but I said if you want to give me any little silver lining, there's 1 more week of softball coming.
Yeah.
And now this is it. There's no more weeks after this.
And then you can concentrate on the night league and see some prospects that
a lot of come through. Oh my goodness, that's for a different time. That's next year. I'm gonna try to get as many as we can into the league. And if the amount do come in, I'm going to enforce to get 10 teams. Because
rumors are flying, first of all, that Michael Cohen might be.
That's a name. That's a name. Right. The AB.
Playing a lot of golf Sunday morning, but I think he's ready to make the jump.
When that guy's heart is in it, he's a first-round type player. And there's a lot of new wrinkles that we'll get into at a different time.
So it's a lot of growth.
That's in the
future. And we're excited, and so we'll see what happens Sunday, and hopefully Max will be holding the trophy.
I hope so. Your mouth
drinking out of that cup. Clean it first.
Yeah, I think we got to clean it first after that whole team from last year. I don't know. My wife won't let that, but we'll hold it, and inshallah, we'll see.
Yeah, we have to fix that up. That we do have a rule now. We put in place. You cannot go into Brooklyn.
Oh, really? It's got to stay in Jersey.
Yeah, they decided to use kickball and broke the cup. And,
okay, so we had to bring it to the blacksmith to fix it.
Yes, exactly. So, Sterling Silver Cup, you got to keep it in the state of New Jersey.
Something like the Stanley Cup as well. Same thing. I've heard stories.
All right.
Have a great weekend. Everybody be there. Hope to see everybody there Sunday.